Let's talk about the next question. The next question is, who among the following have the right to vote in the elections of both the houses of the parliament? It means Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, both the houses of parliament. So who among the following are the representatives who vote in both the elections, in the Rajya Sabha also, in the Lok Sabha also? So let's talk about the elections. So the options are: first, elected members of the lower house of the parliament; second, elected members of the upper house of the parliament; third, elected members of the upper house of the state legislature; and fourth, elected members of the lower house of the state legislature. The correct answer to this question will be D, that is elected members of the lower house of the state legislature, that is MLAs, that is member of legislative assemblies can vote in both the houses of parliament, Lok Sabha also and Rajya Sabha also. Lok Sabha has their individual capacity as the electors, individual capacity as an elector, as an ordinary or general elector, as a citizen of India, citizen of India, as an ordinary capacity, as a capacity of being the elector, while to the Rajya Sabha as an MLA. So they vote to the members of the Rajya Sabha as an MLA, and this is the reason why we say that the elected members of lower house of the state legislature have the right to vote in both the houses of parliament. It means they elect the Lok Sabha also, members to Lok Sabha also, members to Rajya Sabha also. Now let's talk about who elects whom and what are the system of elections in Indian elections. So let's talk about the different system of elections in If we talk about in India, we have two types of elections. First, we have parliamentary elections. Then we talk about in parliamentary elections, we have election to Lok Sabha, election to Rajya Sabha. Then we have presidential election, presidential election. In this we have election to the House of President or of Office of President, election to the Office of President, and election to Office of Vice President. Then we have state legislatures election or state legislative elections. In this we have election to legislative assemblies, state legislative assemblies, election to state legislative councils. Only some of the states have state legislative councils, like Jammu and Kashmir, like Uttar Pradesh, like Bihar, like Karnataka, like Telangana, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh. So these are the states 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. These are the 7 states that have their legislative council. So they also held election. They hold legislative council elections also. So this is the thing that we have talked in the last questions also. Now let's talk about what are the manner or what are the methods or procedures of elections to different offices. First, let's talk about election to Lok Sabha. Election to Lok Sabha is direct. It means the members to the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the electors of their constituency. The electors of their constituency. In the last class we talked about what is the constituency, how a constituency is delimited or decided or determined. Then, so the members to the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the electors of their constituency, and we have 550 directly elected members in the Lok Sabha, because rest 2 are directly elected. At present we have 543 members directly elected at present, but maximum we have 550, and 2 are Anglo-Indian, they are nominated. So we are not talking about Anglo-Indians, we are talking about only directly elected members. So election to Lok Sabha is direct, that is direct election. and it is based on first past the post system, FPTP. It means winner. It is also called winner gets the all system. Winner gets the all system. It means the member who gets the maximum seats, maximum number of valid votes is declared elected. So member or contestant getting maximum number of valid votes, maximum numbers of valid votes is elected, declared elected. So this is the thing that is for in the first past the post system. In the first past the post system, the contestant getting the maximum number of seats is declared elected. And this is the manner of election to the Lok Sabha. Next, let's talk about the manner of election to the Rajya Sabha. The members of Rajya Sabha are not directly elected; they are indirectly elected. They are the representatives of the states and two union territories, that is Delhi and Puducherry, but they are indirectly elected. And they are indirectly elected by the elected members of the state legislative assemblies, not legislative councils, legislative assemblies, the lower house, legislative assembly. So the representatives of the states in the Rajya Sabha are indirectly elected. The representatives of states in the Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the state legislative assemblies, while the representatives of the union territories in Rajya Sabha. And we know that there are only two union territories, Delhi and Puducherry, that have membership representation in the Rajya Sabha. So the elected members of representatives of the union territories in Rajya Sabha, such as Delhi and Puducherry, are elected indirectly by the elected members of the legislative assemblies of the union territories such as Delhi and Puducherry. So this is the manner of election to the Rajya Sabha, and the seats, the allocation of seats to states are provided by the Schedule 4. Schedule 4 provides allocation of seats to the states in the Rajya Sabha, while the allocation of seats to the union territories is decided by the parliament. So representation of union territories in the Rajya Sabha is decided by the parliament. So this is the thing. Now let's talk about the manner of election of the president. The president of the election to the office of president. Election to the office of president. The election to the office of president. So we know that there shall be, under Article 52, there shall be a President of India, and Article 54 talks about the election of the President. So if you talk about the manner of election to the President of India, so in the last questions also we talked about manner or procedure of election to President of India. The manner or procedure of election to President of India is proportional representation by the means of single transferable vote or preferential vote system or plural vote system based on secret ballot. So this is the method of election of president or procedure of election of president. But let's talk about who are the members that elect the president. Or president is elected by its electoral college. So electoral college of the president, office of president of India. So who are the members that form the electoral college of office of president of India? First, elected members of the parliament. And here parliament means both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So elected members of Lok Sabha, also elected members of Rajya Sabha. And one important point that we have to remember is that elected and nominated members of neither house of parliament, nominated members don't form the part of electoral college of president. So nominated members don't form the part of electoral college of the president. Second, persons who form the electoral college of the president are elected members of state legislative assemblies. So elected members of state legislative assemblies. So first, the members who form the electoral college of the president are elected members of both the houses of parliament, not nominated members. And second, elected members of the state legislative assemblies. And the point here to note is that neither elected nor nominated members of legislative councils are not the part of electoral college of the president. So legislative council members don't form the part of electoral college of the president. So legislative council, state legislative council members don't form the part of electoral college of the president. Only elected members, not nominated, elected members of the state legislative assemblies only form the part of electoral college of the president. Next members who form the part of electoral college of the president are the elected members of legislature of union territories such as Delhi, though it is a union territory, but it has its own legislature, and Puducherry also has its union territory, though it is a union territory, but it has its own legislature. So the elected members of the union legislature of union territories or union territories having legislature are also form the part of electoral college of the president. And only two union territories, Delhi and Puducherry. We don't know much about Jammu and Kashmir, so we will not include, though Jammu and Kashmir has been now bifurcated into two union territories, and only Jammu and Kashmir and one Ladakh, but we don't know much about these things, so we will not consider these things because the picture is not clear here about Jammu and Kashmir. Though Jammu and Kashmir has been designated as a union territory and it will have its own state legislature or its legislature, but we don't know much about these things, so we are not talking about here Jammu and Kashmir. But if you talk about here, so the Delhi and Puducherry have their own state legislature, so the elected members of the Delhi Legislative Assembly and Puducherry Legislative Assembly also form the part of electoral college of the president. Next, let's talk about how the vice president is elected. So vice president is also elected by the same procedure, that is single transferable vote based on proportional representation system. Proportional representation based on by the means of single transferable vote. But who are the members that form the electoral college of vice president? So the electoral college of vice president. So electoral college of vice president is only formed by the both elected and nominated members of both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and Rajya